Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have Week 7 of the NGDL3 versus Vizually. This is a rematch from battle number 87/Week 1, and he is a YouTuber, so again I am going to leave a link to his channel in the video description. And looking at his team, he actually brought the exact same team as he did last time, which was actually a little bit of a surprise. I was expecting him to want to change things up a bit, but he did not. Looking at my team, I will note that I did make another transaction this week, and that was that I opted to drop Snorlax for Primarina on my team. I just felt that it was a better fit given the rest of my team and the present situation that I am in. And so going into this match, I'm actually 2-4, whereas my opponent is 6-0. So I could really use the win here to try and get back into a better position here in the tournament. He obviously doesn't really need the win given his position, but it should definitely be another good one, and we're going to get into it. So, looking at the team preview, I was thinking he was going to want to lead with either the Steelix or the Aerodactyl to try and get the entry hazard set up early, so I decided to lead with my Raikou, as he actually ends up leading with the Steelix. So my pressure is going to come into play right away, and I'm actually prepared for this specific situation because I am actually carrying Hidden Power Fire, so I'm just going to go for that straight away. I am Choice Specs, so it does knock him all the way into the red, but he does survive, and then he is just going to go for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up on me, and then he is going to regain some health with the leftovers. So here I am going to go for the switch, actually anticipating him to want to switch out to try and save his Steelix. So I'm going to switch in with my Trevenant and take some damage from the rocks, as he is going to go for the switch out into his Azumarill. So that actually did work out pretty well for me. I do have the type advantage here. So that is going to force him to switch yet again. Doesn't want to get taken out with a grass attack, so he's going to come in with the Drapion, as I am just going to take this opportunity to go for the substitute to get that set up on him. So this turn he is going to outspeed me. He is going to go for a Poison Jab here, which is just going to break my substitute. And I am actually prepared for this situation as well, because I am carrying Earthquake, so I am going to go for that. I am max attack, but that is going to drop him down by about 2/3, which was nice. So this turn here, I'm actually going to stay in, predicting him to go for the Pursuit, which he did have last time, but unfortunately, he is actually just going to go straight for a knockoff, which is actually going to finish me off and drop me down to 5 Pokemon. So then I'm going to come in with Aggron and take some damage from the rocks. And he is going to switch out here. More than likely doesn't have any good moves for me. So he is going to switch into the Licky Licky, as I am going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Aggron. And I am just going to take this opportunity to get my Stealth Rock set up on his side of the field. So that is good for me, obviously. So this turn I am going to go for the switch. I don't want to take any damage on Aggron because I am depending on this thing to deal with other members of his team later. So I'm going to switch in with my Hitmonlee, as he does go for the Seismic Toss, which is going to take 50 damage off me guaranteed. So this turn he is going to go for a Protect, just to scout me, see what I want to do here. I actually just went for the knockoff just to get that on whatever he switched in, so not going to do anything there. So this turn he is going to go for the switch, doesn't want to get hit with that, so he is going to come in with the Drapion, maybe as fodder, not sure. He does take the damage from the rocks, and I am going to hit the knockoff on that, which is going to leave him in the red and get rid of his Assault Vest. But I do have to switch out here, unfortunately, because I am Choice Scarfed, and I know another one is not going to take this thing out, so I am going to switch back into my Aggron, as he actually double switches, predicting that I would switch out as well, and comes in with his Latios and takes some damage from the rocks. So here he is going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Latios. And he actually does just go straight for the Draco Meteor here, which is unfortunate. Probably the best move he has for me. So that is going to knock me down to a little under half, and it does harshly lower his special attack, though, which is good. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch in return, trying to get as much damage as possible, which leaves him at about a third health. But this turn, I am going to go for the switch. I don't want to take any more damage on my Aggron, so I'm going to come in with the Primarina and take some damage from the rocks as he just takes this opportunity to go for the recover. And unfortunately, that is going to put him back up to almost full health, and then I am going to regain some health with the leftovers. So this turn he is going to go for the switch with his special attack cut. Not much he can do to me here, so he is just going to switch in with the Drapion as fodder, because that is just going to immediately go down to the Stealth Rock and drop him down to 5 Pokemon, as I just went for a Moonblast. So I am going to regain almost the rest of my health there with the leftovers, which is good. So this turn he is going to come in with the Azumarill and take some damage from the rocks. And I actually do outspeed this thing, and I am carrying Energy Ball specifically for this thing, so I am going to go for that. That does knock him a little below half, which was nice. He's going to go for the Play Rough in return, which does knock me down to about a third of my health, unfortunately. And then I am going to regain more health with the leftovers. So this turn I actually am going to go for the Moonblast, actually anticipating him to want to switch, knowing he couldn't survive another Energy Ball, but he actually stays in. He does survive the Moonblast in the red, and then he actually misses the Play Rough, which was really lucky on my side. So I am going to regain more health with the leftovers. This turn he is just going to go for an Aqua Jet to get some more chip damage on me, but I am just going to go for one more Moonblast. And that is going to be more than enough to finish off the Azumarill, dropping him down to 4 Pokemon. And then I am going to regain more health with the leftovers. So then he is going to come back in with the Latios and take more damage from the rocks. And unfortunately, there's really no point in trying to switch right now, so I am just going to stay in here. He does just go for the Energy Ball, which is enough to finish me off there, dropping me down to 4 Pokemon. So then I am going to come in with Goodra and take some damage from the rocks. And he is going to go for the switch here. Knows he probably can't take me out in one shot. So he is going to come in with the Licky and take some damage from the rocks. As I am going to go for the Draco Meteor. I actually do miss that, which does suck. So he is going to regain some more health with the leftovers there. So I am going to go for the switch here once again. I don't want to take any damage on my Goodra, so I am going to come back in with the Hitmonlee and take some damage from the rocks, as he does go for the Seismic Toss. So that is going to knock me down to 12 health in the red, and then he does regain the rest of his health with the leftovers. So once again, he is going to go for the Protect here just to scout me, see what I want to do. I did just go for the Close Combat, hoping to catch him with that, but not going to do anything there. And then he is going to regain another point of health with the leftovers. So this turn, he is going to go for the switch here, probably predicting another Close Combat. He is going to come back in with the Latios and take a little more damage from the rocks. I do go for the Close Combat because I am Choice Scarf locked into that. That is going to knock him down to about a third health and cut my defenses. So this turn I actually make a risky play. I decide to stay in and go for another Close Combat, thinking it might actually be enough to take him down. Unfortunately, it is not. He does survive in the red. I'm not sure if the first Close Combat was a high roll or the second one was a low roll, but nonetheless, he does survive, which does really suck for me, because that is going to let him get off another recover, which does put him back up to about 3/4 health. And this turn I have no choice but to switch out back into my Aggron here, as I do take more damage from the rocks. He does just go for another recover, which is going to put him straight back up to full health. So here he is just going to go straight for a Draco Meteor once again. And unfortunately, I am not going to be able to survive that. Does cut his special attack harshly, but it is going to be enough to finish off my Aggron, dropping me down to 3 Pokemon. So then I am going to come back in with Goodra and take more damage from the rocks. And again, he is going to go for the switch, once again directly back into his Licky, and take some more damage from the rocks, as I do go for the Draco Meteor again. This time I do connect with it. And that is going to knock him down a little below half, which was nice, although it does harshly lower my special attack as well, and then he does regain more health with the leftovers. So here I am going to go for the switch. I know I really can't do much of anything to this thing with my special attack lowered, so I'm going to switch in with my Raikou and take damage from the rocks. My pressure is going to come back into play as he does go for the wish here, knowing that I couldn't take him out anyway in that last turn, even if I had attacked him. And then he does regain more health with the leftovers. So this turn, he is just going to go for the Protect to ensure that the wish does resolve this turn. I actually went for the Shadow Ball here, thinking that he might try to switch back into the Steelix to heal that with the wish, but he does just stay in and get the Licky Licky back up to full health. So here I am actually going to go for a Shadow Ball again, trying to play some mind games with him, thinking he might go for a switch. Also, that I am choice specs locked into the Shadow Ball, but he stays in and hits me up with the Seismic Toss to take 50 damage off me. So this turn I am forced to switch out into my Goodra here and take more damage from the rocks, and then take a Seismic Toss as well, leaving me at about a third health. So I am just going to go for a Sludge Bomb this turn, which really doesn't do much of anything to this thing. It looks like it's probably max special defense, unfortunately for me. I do get the poison though, which is nice, but he is just going to hit me with another Seismic Toss, which does leave me with only 6 health in the red, as he does regain more health from the leftovers and take more damage from the poison. So I am going to go for the Draco Meteor here just to try and get as much damage as possible on this thing. It does knock him down to about a quarter health, and it also does lower my special attack harshly once more, as he is once again just going to go for the wish and regain more health with the leftovers, and then again take more damage from the poison. Not really going to matter though, since predictably he is just going to go for the Protect this turn to ensure the wish does resolve. Really nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I do go for the Flamethrower here just on the off chance he might try to switch into the Steelix again to try and heal that, but he is just going to stay in with this thing and let that heal from the wish and the leftovers, and then take some more damage from the poison. So I'm just going to stay in here and go for another Draco Meteor, trying to get as much damage as I can on this thing. I really can't switch out at this point because of the Stealth Rock being up. So that is going to knock him back down to a third, as it does lower my special attack once again. But he does just go for another wish, unfortunately. And then he does regain more health with the leftovers and take more damage from the poison. So I am just going to go for a Flamethrower this turn here again. Not going to do much of anything, but just in case he decided to try and switch into the Steelix. But I knew nothing that I went for was going to knock him out anyway. He does go for the Heal Bell, actually, just to cure the poison. And then after the Wish and Leftovers recovery, he is back up to almost full. So, really just going nowhere fast here. I am just going to go for another Sludge Bomb, since, again, I can't afford to switch right now. Doesn't do much of any damage, but I actually do get the poison again, which was kind of funny. But he is just going to go for the Seismic Toss finally, which is going to finish my Goodra off, dropping me down to 2 Pokemon. And then he does regain more health with the leftovers and take more damage from the poison. So then I am going to come back in with Hitmonlee, and I am just barely going to survive the Stealth Rock damage on the switch with 5 health. But, of course, he is just going to go for another Protect, just once more to stall out, as that is the name of the game, and Scout. So he is going to get more Leftovers recovery there and take more damage from the poison. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff again here, since I am Choice Scarf locked into that. That does hit him and knock him back down to about a third health, but he does survive that, and go for a Seismic Toss to finish off my Hitmonlee, dropping me down to just 1 Pokemon. And then he does take more damage from the poison. So I am going to come back in with the Raikou here and take more damage from the rocks. My pressure does come back into play, and unfortunately he does just go for another Protect here, again just to stall out, because that's what he does. I do have to lock myself into Hidden Power Fire here, since my only attacking moves are the Ghost attack, which this thing is immune to, and then electric attacks, which the Steelix is immune to. So knowing that I am locked into that, he is just going to switch out back into the Latios once again, and of course the Hidden Power Fire not going to do much of anything there at all. And so this turn, I actually do outspeed him to go for another one. Does not matter at all. I'm not going to take him out with that, as he is just going to go for the Psy Shock, which is going to be enough to finish off my Raikou. And that is game. So I lost that one 4-0 to Vizually, but that was still a pretty good game. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.